When ChatGPT, you can go create your own GPTs. I created one called AI Marketing Plan GPT. And right now, after just a couple weeks of it being live, it's having 200 new conversations with people every day. I programmed in all of my logic, all of my marketing framework, even my soul, I put inside this thing. And now it's just helping people around the world that I've never met using my marketing strategies as a CMO. Am I putting myself out of a job? Check out how you build one of these things. It's actually not as hard as you would think. So when you go in to edit your GPT, you basically can go in to configure it. And the key things that matter the most when you're building your GPT are your knowledge base. And so think of the knowledge base of your GPT as something like your brain, essentially. Like, what are all those things, Perrin, that you and I have learned over the past 15 years about marketing that we would want to bring to other people in a AI conversation? So here, I programmed in 4 marketing frameworks that I like to use with clients. Number 1, creating grand slam offers. Number 2, how to coach people, coaching habit. Number 3, how to do the start with why framework about you should talk about your vision and your why behind your brand. And number 4, I forget what the other one was. It doesn't matter. Pick your frameworks. Then I also programmed in actual conversations I've had with actual clients. I took 100 different clients that I've consulted with that I've recorded transcripts of. I anonymized them, and then I consolidated down how I actually worked with clients into anonymous transcript document dumps. I dumped them here in my GPT. So now it knows how I work with clients, how I coach them through novel problems of countless varieties. Then the last document I put in here, so that would be like the voice, is what I'd call that. Then the last part is giving your GPT a soul. So I actually just sat and talked into my microphone for like an hour about everything I believe in when it comes to marketing and ethics and how I approach the world and how I care about people and I want to do the right thing. All that crap that's uniquely me that I call my soul. And I dumped that down into a values and beliefs document. I essentially put my brain, my voice, and my soul into AI here in this knowledge base, which is crazy. Then on top of that, you layer in a set of instructions that you can give the GPT on how to address people. You tell it who it is, what its mission is, how it should go about conversations with people, what its tone and guardrails are, what call to action you want it to do, and give it some other things like how to reference the knowledge base, what's prohibited, and these sorts of things. And then all of a sudden, you've literally put yourself into AI, and people can just essentially talk to a AI version of you on the internet. What has blown me away is how many people are having conversations with the AI version of me and how this could potentially affect the future of marketing itself and the future of everything. And so I wanted to bring this up with you. Do you see, like we talked about a moment ago, strategy is the edge that human beings have when it comes to marketing, let's say, that keeps this $1 trillion a year industry alive. But is it? If like this is the caveman version here, Perrin. If I can program my entire brain, voice, and soul into this AI agent right here, why can't it just replace us from a strategy standpoint?
I mean, we're all kind of like wondering this as a species. Like, this is the hottest topic in the past year to 2 years. I watched. Well, to answer your question, I don't think it's putting you out of a job. I think your job is just changing. You're changing from maybe always being that person who is one-on-one talking with a business owner, a CEO, or a CMO, someone wanting to up their business's marketing game, to now expanding that influence through the use of AI tools and using your knowledge to program AI tools. And so instead of you being a maybe general marketer or like a CMO yourself coming to these companies, or a fractional CMO as your GPT implies, you're actually now a programmer and you're programming tools, marketing tools. And so this was a really good presentation that I saw over the weekend from Sean Grove at Open AI. He's one of their engineers. He was talking about the new code. This was at the AI Engineers World Fair. I think it was over the weekend I saw it. He talked about how marketers, lawmakers, people who can write specification and can write documentation, because LLMs can understand this and translate it into an actionable result, you have become the new programmers. Code or whatever is like, it's an ancillary thing. We're never really, code is just a means to an end to get the product. And so you're taking a different path where you're not coding in code, but you're documenting and you're specifying to this LLM to create this new marketing tool. So it's not taking your job has just changed. And I think this is the case across many different vocations, right? I mentioned lawmakers before. Lawmakers are exceptionally good at writing documentation, legal documentation. And so they are going to be very good at programming tools that can help people with legal documentation. And so, I mean, it's just changed. I think also to add to that, one thing we notice when we work with clients was there's always a trust thing that needs to form. We talked about sharing all your business secrets with Meta before to like get good marketing. Most people aren't going to want to do that. Why did I say that? Because you and I talk to them all the time and they need someone that they can trust with how they're running their business in an intimate way to actually market it better. And in order to have that trust, it normally needs to be a human being. I suppose you could say you can trust an AI bot, but if that AI bot is Anthropic's or if it's Open AI's and you don't know what they're doing with the data, I mean, they say they're not using the data, but are you 100% sure about that? Maybe I'm being paranoid, but you get what I'm going after now is this element of human trust that's still there that the AI doesn't necessarily solve, right?
Yeah, but isn't
Uh,
your human marketer, in all fairness, just going to take the data that you share with the human marketer and aren't they just going to go plug that into their GPTs and their AI platforms to help generate marketing documents for you? So it's not like the human is just keeping it in their head and using their meat sticks now to type documents and to do things. Like we're just the human interface essentially with a client that we then go use AI ourselves. So obviously, there's an extra layer of trust that the human interface is a trustworthy one that cares about you, isn't going to use the data to screw you over. True, but you're still feeding it to the bad guys, are you not?
I mean, yes, currently that's the way. Now, I think as we see AI, especially large language models progress, I think we'll see more open source catch up to the big business ones. And I think you'll have more private proprietary groups pop up that can handle the data portion in a more trustworthy way. I think there will definitely be a business need for that, especially in the marketing sector, but just in the data sector of business as a whole, there will be a need for that, right? So yes, you're right. I'm not going to like refute your point. I think you're right on. I think what I'm maybe getting at is the human interface is preferable in a lot of cases, even if they are going to do even if they are going to like go put it into the AI thing. The difference is you know what to put into the AI thing to get the result that you want. They don't know enough marketing yet, depending on who you're talking to, right? They know a lot about their business, but they might not know as much about how to market it. So they don't necessarily know how to program through, again, the specification of the documentation, an LLM to get a better result. So they're still going to rely on someone who can do that for now. That might progress to a point where that's not a thing. But for now, that's currently a thing.